When you're removing the bezel, once you get the two 7mm bolts out above the cluster and you begin prying things out, there is one clip that is very important, and that's the one that is just adjacent to the dimmer switch. It is directly left if you're facing the dashboard and sitting in the driver's seat. It is directly left of the dimmer switch, and this one is very famous for breaking off because there's no real easy way to get in there with any kind of trim tool. So if you happen to have a plastic wedge trim tool that you can pop this clip out, you will not risk breaking off the fragile plastic end, which typically results in it flopping around. So just a word of warning, this particular clip shown in the picture is the one to be extra careful around. The rest of them, yeah, they can break off just because of plastic and time. Okay, when you're working on a 2003 to 5 model year vehicle, there are 9 goldish colored screws that run around the perimeter of the cluster. They're T15 coarse threaded bolts. When you remove all of those, you'll be able to take not only the clear plastic, but as well as the black plastic bezel that's just behind the clear plastic off of the actual cluster assembly. And behind there, you'll find the shifter indicator, which is just held in with some spring-loaded plastic clips that you just squeeze in, and you'll be able to pull the indicator right off of the cluster and kind of fold it down between the dash and the steering column out of your way, but not enough that you'll snap it. There's some give to it, and if you've done that properly, you'll be able to snake the cluster towards you, disconnect the 2 connectors on the back, and walk it out of its home. On a 2006 to 2011 model, you'll want to remove the clear plastic and black plastic bezel that's on front of the actual cluster itself. These are just held in with 6 really clips. You just lift the clip up and apply light pressure in the opposite direction and do that along the others, and you'll be able to pop the cover right off, and then you can disconnect the shifter indicator, which is held on with 2 friction clips. You just squeeze the tabs on the clips and they'll lift up and off, and then you can fold the shifter indicator out of the way. But if you're looking for a hack to get to the floor mode one, eventually you can strike gold because there's the hole in the duct. I'll have to take that up. But it means you don't have to pull the dash. You just pop the bolts on the back side of this vent, push this back and up out of the way. And then once you have that out of the way, you can pop out that plastic hose down there, pull that back and down, disconnect the blendador actuator, and then you can just bolt in, remove the 2 lower fasteners because there's none there. And then if you eventually strike gold when drilling, I was kind of guessing, you'll gain access holes, which you can put some HVAC tape over, and save yourself the hassle of pulling the dash out. So I would call that a big time saver. Realistically, if you were to do this all, you could probably knock it out in 30-45 minutes for just that one there. I'm not 100% sure what the book calls for from Ford, but you can easily spend 4.5 to 5 hours dropping the steering column, removing the hardware that holds the dashboard into the vehicle and taking the dashboard out, taking all the duct work out, removing the main HVAC chamber that's bolted to the dashboard, disassembling the 3 parts to it so you can actually get direct access to the mode door actuator. It's a lot of work, and I tend to think this is a pretty big time saver. And unless you're working on some museum piece, this is a big help. So hopefully this helps you out, and thank you very much for watching.